Hi guys, how are things? Strokestown, County Roscommon, Church Street in fact, Strokestown, County Roscommon. We're here at Pat and Cahill Brogans. It's just beautiful. This is part 2 of the video. It's going to be a long one. We went that way this time. We're going to go that way this time. The main Landini dealers here for the west of Ireland, and there must be at least 200 tractors, if not more. Okay, what can I tell you? This is, if you want to buy a tractor, and if you want to buy a tractor, you don't know what to buy, I'd be telling you come here, because there's literally everything. Look at this: small garden tractors, small Kabotas, New Hollands, Kabotas, I forget the K2s. There's everything. There's Landini's out in the street. They've so much stuff. They've Landini's out in the street. And Dide's far. Okay, Landini's, brand new toppers. Malone log splitters, absolutely fantastic. I have one. My father has one. Oh, savage yoke. T-double toes, grass finished moors. They have a savage workshop inside. They have a massive part store that I'm not going to go into, but if you want anything in your local, you're going to go there. This yoke is for rolling out the bales. You put your own bale into it and she'll turn inside and she'll throw the bale out either side, so you can't really go wrong. Fleming Mini Mucks. I would love one of these. This I think I would, but sure, what would I want it for? I'd use it twice and that'd be it. No, I don't want them, but what I do want is a Belarus rear discharge muck spreader. I don't know, do I want one of them now neither? Because there's a Landini down the yard, Landini 10,000, I'm kind of after falling in love with. Right. This are I won't say they're the older type, but these are the kind of slightly older type Landinis. The new Landinis have the black wheels, and I really think it does a job on them. Of course, for those of you that don't know, Landini is part of they own McCormick. Cyrus McCormick, he was given the name of, what name was it? Kind of the forefather, the man of Bottlebank across the way. Modern agriculture. He came up with the idea of the farm all tractor, a tractor that would farm everything. Up until that point, you had tractors that would, there was plough tractors, there was pulley tractors, there was tillage tractors, there was all this kind of stuff. And the postman is here now, but they were Cyrus McCormick came up with the farm all, that's what we call the farm all, a tractor that would farm everything. A New Holland T5060, New Holland C450, brand new Landini again. Of course, Landini have a birthday, was it last year? I think they had a big birthday. Was it 70 or 80 years last year? I kind of forget now, to be honest. This is savage. More Landinis. There's kind of a pocket of Landinis over here. A New Holland T6155, a Valtra. I don't know what she is. That's one thing with Valtras. I could never follow the badge on the Valtra. So like, I can imagine this now. Okay, she's a Series 6 and she's 155 horsepower, right? Like, okay, the Landini, she's a Series 6 and she's 130 horsepower. That's what I'm thinking. But Valtra, I can't. Or even John Deere a bit that way too. Someone explain it to me if you can. Nice Zetter, Proxima 6440. I can't really see, it's kind of worn off it. That's a nice clean Zetter. We had a problem with the sun in the other video. Looks like we won't have the same problem. John Deere 96CE. What are you? Landini 115. Zetter 6441. She's the same as that yoke. She could be the same as one over there. Case International. She's a farm all. She's a farm all. No, she's obviously not the Cyrus McCormick dream, but who knew? I often think about the likes of Cyrus McCormick and all them lads. Do you know, when they came up with the first tractor, the first design, the first idea, could they ever have seen this? or Ford, or Henry Ford, or John Deere. John Deere. Do you know John Deere never ever saw a tractor? He only had plows that time. And attachments, he never ever saw a tractor. Well, I presume he did, but not, you know what I mean, one of his own tractors. New Holland T5040, another Landini 100, Massey Ferguson 390 with a loader. A Landini again. Lads, this is handsome. Vision, power, land power, Landini again. Massey Fergusons. We have a Thompson here on my left. Small Landinis, big Landinis, loaders. They have a savage collection of boxes all the way out. A Thompson Landini Legend 145. I told some of you in the previous video that I drove one of these going back in 01 at silage for a year or 2 years. Bought it off of Welch's in Castle Island. They were the main Landini dealers at the time. And a bit of stupid information for you. They were the main Landini dealers, and they were the first McHale dealers in Ireland. Yeah. And I have a story about McHale, but we'll keep that for, it's a good story. Power Farm 95. What's that? Another 390 inside. 1990 390. New Holland TD 100, is it? Yeah. New Holland A360. This is the John Deere I told some of you about in the previous video. 2650, 1990 Mayo 2650 John Deere. What a nice tractor. That's a nice tractor, that's of course. Lots of fellas ask me, what kind of tractor would you go for if you had just GX85. What tractor would I go for if I had I could just take home a tractor from here, we'll say, right? I don't know. I'd probably take home the Landini 10,000 that's down the yard. We'll give a look at that in a minute. But yeah, I think I would. Or do you know what's down the yard? A lovely two-wheel drive Landini we done on the previous video. Yeah. There's a Massey in here. I don't know what model it is, but my God, like she is looking fine. She is looking super fine. A 54-55. Brand new tires all round, all fresh coat of paint. As if you bought that tractor, there's years, absolute years in that tractor for you. Have we number plate in it? We don't. She's English Ridge. But what a tractor. What a smashing tractor. Smashing tractor. Let's put it very politely. With a little dumper. I never even looked at that. She a Barford? No, she's not. She might be a Thwaites. She could also be a Terex. That's what she is. Little Terex. Look at all the boxes, lads. There's boxes, there's trailers, there's hay tethers. There's every kind of stuff. I was telling a story there in the other video. I was offered a little box. It was a horse box, I think. Or was it a cattle box? It might have been a small cattle box. It got damaged. And I said, sure, what do I want it for? And I said it to another fella. And he said, you fucking need it. He said, why don't you get it and take the top off it? It would have made a lovely plant trailer. I said, it might have been a box about that size now. Nice, handy little box. Nice trailers. Like they have hay tethers, they have buckets. They have everything here you could imagine. We done all this side earlier on. Nice Kabota, nice plant trailer. They have rims. They have grass tying harrows. This is like the tractors. Landinis. Power boxes. What are we got on? 35X gold belly. The story with 35X gold belly apparently is the gold was part of Massey Harris. Diggers, doors hanging up on the fence. I'm looking for doors for your tractors. Side windows for David Brown's, Duncan cab doors, diggers, Cabelcos, Hitachis, Kabotas, hedge cutters. We'll come up there. We're going to go down this one. We'll finish up there in a minute. That's Cahill Brogan inside in the shed, getting the yoke ready to go out the gaff. Massey Ferguson, we're going to walk backwards again now because of the sun, lads. It's about 9:30, 9:45 in the morning. A 64-65 dyna shift. At 86-60, 83-60. What did I say, 86? That's the dyslexic coming out again now, me lads. Landini. New Holland T5 105 and New Holland T5 120. And there's a big difference between the 105 and the 120. And you wouldn't think now there'd be that much of a difference. But there's a fair bit. Where's that? No, Jesus, you know what now? I didn't show. Some of you might have seen this. We're going to go over here and look at it. This is my Landini 10,000. Now, like I said, oh lads, come to Kerry, baby. Probably not. I'd love to. Bar for dumper. That's all this. You can't see with the sun. All that. And she's 60, 70 tractors there. That's all in the first video. Look at all that, lads. Okay, let's keep going. We're up in 11 minutes already. What's that? Hat. There was a fella in Kerry dealing with him, and again, they never took off. We're kind of, to be honest, we're kind of snobs in Ireland when it comes down to tractors, unless they're, I suppose, a John Deere or a New Holland or something like that, or you know, Massey Ferguson. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Case International, JX 107, Gator, Kabota. Lads, there's a shot of these around the place. Actually, the last time I was here, there was a Massey Ferguson little garden tractor over there. I wonder if they're still there. Landini again, another Landini. Massey Ferguson 5465. That's a nice little tractor, isn't it? Nice little tractor. Fort's a major. A super major, in fact. Where did the idea Ford's Son major come from? Ford was the car company, and Ford and Son was the tractor company. He kept them separate. Massey Ferguson 165. Like, okay, she did get a coat of paint. I was going to say she's probably very original, but she's not that. Well, she is. She's still original. What's the idea? That's the battery. I thought that was a radiator, whatever way I looked at it. That's a nice tractor. Okay, fellas are going to ask this. I haven't a clue. That's a round axle. Fellas are going to ask Debbie. I think the round axle is wet brakes and the square axle is dry brakes. Open the correction. There's another 165 over there someplace as well. What are you? 8360 again? I don't know. A Power Farm 100. Another Zetter. I love this shape Zetter. They are, or not a Zetter. Of course they are. Not Zetter, McCormick. McCormick and Landini, of course, they're brothers. They're sharing the same shed. But lads, what? These are lovely tractors. I love that shape. What are you, Massey? What are you? 56 what? A 5610. New Holland T6070. Another Landini. More Landinis. All Landinis. Lads, this is, like I said to you, if you're in the market for a tractor, I would definitely be telling you come here, because especially if you don't know what you want. Now, if you know what you want, that's a different story. But if you don't know what you want, like 290, handsome tractor, absolutely handsome tractor. Oh, look at this, Kabota. Is it? It is a Kabota. Again, like, Kabotas in America have taken off something fierce, something unbelievable. There's an awful lot of Kabotas in America. If you look them up there on YouTube, no, okay, they're still not as powerful as John Deere or as powerful as Massey or whatever else is in America, but there's certain videos there I watch on YouTube, and Kabota really are getting hold, because they bought into an American company. I forget what was the name of the company now. and I had it in a previous video. They bought into a certain company, and they're being all painted Kabota now. But they're few and far between here. But they're really taking off in America. Another New Holland, John Deere 6145R. Lamborghini. Is she the only Lamborghini here? I think she is. I haven't seen another one. I have a story for Lamborghini too, but I'm holding it tough till I go to a Lamborghini garage. T5105. And Dice Farm. And this is a serious size of a shed. Last time I was here, they were just finished this shed. I was here before, gone back, I suppose it's about a year ago. That's a serious shed. Look at the loaders. These loaders, I think, open the correction, they're being imported from Poland, like that, with nice loaders, loader brackets, sprayers. Like, I know we're in the middle of November here now, we're probably early December. This is the first week in November I'm here. But like, the sprayers are just, a 5211 Zetter. Nice compact John Deere there. No point showing it you, it's sold. But they have all that, they have all this stuff. They have everything here, they literally have everything. Like I was saying, if you want to buy a tractor, and I suppose really if you don't know what you want, or if you're not looking for some exact make, let's say if you want to buy a Massey Ferguson, right, that's it, go away and buy a Massey Ferguson. Go on Dundee, type in Massey Ferguson and type in the horsepower you want and away with you, that's it. But if you kind of don't know what you want, it's very hard to tell you not to come here. Heavy toppers, discers, more moors, watch the ankles, watch the shin bones, discers, forks, tine grabs. I love these yokes. You know, these yokes, they kind of use them for maize below more than a shear grab. You know, we don't have that whole pile of maize. A couple of plant trailers, a couple of agitators, grass tine harrows, a woofler, a coon bale slicer, more tine harrows. There's sprayers in the back. Nice trailer, actually. That's a very nice trailer. Buckets. Amazon, is that a rotavator it is? The sun now is probably baiting us, lads. That's a nice trailer, isn't it? Nice closed in trailer. WR Warwick. That's a nice trailer. I see there's a Duncan cab over there. There's another cab over there. Who knows, it might do you for parts. There's some stuff here. There's all buckets. When the stuff comes in, a lot of it comes in. Last time I was here, they were offloading stuff here. Straight in from the UK. Where am I going to go now? When I go up there and go down there, we'll go up this one. This is kind of what there's all. I'll show you why we're here, I suppose. There's all sprayers, there's a couple of trailers, there's buckets, there's big cement pan mixers, Fleming trailers. We might as well go up this side where we're at it. Fertilizer spreaders. This is where our fertilizer spreader comes, by the way. That's it, look. There and there. Pen mixers. This is for the back of your tractor. For those of you that don't know, you throw in your aggregate, your cement, your water, the whole lot here. She's driven off, or this one's driven off a hydraulic pump, and you turn it. Sometimes there's a PTO on them. That one's a PTO actually. You could probably drive this one off of the forks of a teleporter or something if she'd lift it. And yeah, that's it. Marshall dung spreader. That's a nice little dung spreader. That's want to watch the hit. That's a nice dung spreader. Anyone looking for a dung spreader? Actually, I know someone looking for a dung spreader. She might be a bit short for him, but she might do fine. Fleming power box. Just lads, I was looking for a power box. I was looking for a power box, a second-hand power box, and I bought one. Fucking hell, that one might have done me. I don't think this fit in the back seat going home. What are you? I don't know what make you are, but all this stuff is here. I don't even know what that is, lads. with sprayers. This is their trucks. They have actually 4 trucks on the road, and they have vans and everything. And that's an Arctic, that's a Ridge. I think have they 2 Arctics and 3 Ridgets? Or was it 1 and 3? I kind of forget, he told me the last time. Grass tying harrows, fertilizer spreaders, grass tying harrows, jar mitt sprayers. Oh lads, this is the way your stuff comes. I don't know what that is. It looks like a kind of a topper or a mower, but a fella told me one time to put a kind of one of them together, it could take anything up to a full day. One fella, full day. Diesel Bowser, more sprayers, a class tether. Anyone for a nice class tether? More grass tying harrows, and a couple of feet to my right. More muck spreaders, chain harrows, Abbey toppers, Belmac spreaders. There's another smaller Belmac in the back. Mackey Engineering, whitetrailers.com. Isn't that a nice yoke now? Bale trailer and a low loader with the frame in the front. McKee Engineering. Connor spreader. Connor, of course, a County Clare company. Abbey, a Tipperary company. What's that? Tyrone trailers. Actually, I was looking at one of these in Brogans in Tuam. Come back a while ago. And you know what? They're a lovely trailer. And you know what I liked about them? There was a good clearance between the tyre and the body. There was another trailer I was looking at one day with another fella. I know nothing about it, but there was on springs. I know, okay, she was a bit overloaded, but they ended up, the body was rubbing the tyres. Going around the bend, not so much on the straight, but going around the bend, and it just burst the tyres. So they had to send it back and get the whole thing risen up. That's fine. A selection of Abbey tankers, brand new out of the box, and Belvac 1650. I wonder, is there a Massey Ferguson tractor here, or is it gone? Looks like she's gone. A couple of more small tractors, 2 New Hollands and a Kabota. Okay lads, let's go. Massey Ferguson. Can I turn it this way? I can't really, can I? I can't. The fucking sun, lads. Complaining about the sun. We have to complain the whole time. McCormick's cases. That's a nice Landini again. Brand new Landini out of the box. Like the silver mirrors in the back of it, actually. S7 160. I presume that's there. Is that kind of a flagship one? She's a bigger one anyway. New Holland, Fiat 1990. I know I said this before, and I know they are a collectible, and they are a lovely looking tractor, and I think the cab was designed by Porsche, but I don't know. I'm 6'3". I'm not. I'm 6'2" until I 6'2" and a small bit, but I don't know. I you're kind of very much stuck on top of the steering wheel, even though they're a beautiful tractor. They're a serious collector's item. Thomason, New Holland, Massey Ferguson 265. Massey Ferguson 6485. Could do with a good wash, but yeah, she's again savage tractor. Landini 475, nice Zetter. Another Fiat 7090. Kabota. Landini's Case International CX85. Case MXU 110. I think, open to correction again, but I think she's actually a Steyr. Of course, Case bought Steyr tractors for their gearbox technology. When, I don't know, they did. A Thompson. Copy of the Fiat again. Nice tractor, lads. They were, again, like I said before, I can never understand how these never caught on. Like, there's fellas there with 40-50 sheep, and they're driving around in I suppose 10, 12, 13, 14 year old tractor, maybe older, and it could be worth 50,000. I can never understand how they couldn't buy something like this, because everyone here, you will agree with me, 90% of the work on the farms now is done by the contractor, because if you're a small farmer, look at that for a lineup, lads. If you're a small farmer, you can't afford not to have a job. So you're getting the contractor in anyway, even if you have the equipment. We've another, we have brand new Solace here. She might be brand new, but she's very fresh. And we have a Massey Ferguson. What is she? I can't see the badge. She's well worn off it. But someone can tell me. Someone knows exactly what that is by looking at it. And she's the earlier wipe. I know that she probably has a square axle. Oh no, she hasn't. She's a round axle. But I thought, no, maybe the round axle is the dry brakes, because they're the wheels you'd have on a 65. So that's why I'm saying she's a very early one. Open the correction, and a Valtra. I saw a Valtra round there a while ago actually. Oh, this is it. This type Valtra, 6400. Again, I drove one of these brand new in 1990. No, 03 I'm going to say. And what a tractor it was. What a tractor. 97, this is 97 WX. Again, lovely tractor, a handsome tractor. The only thing I found with it was, and that's just my very meagre opinion, if you were drawing silage, which I was, and you were coming to the end of the blow of grass, and for those of you that ever drew silage will know what I mean, to beat the harvester around, especially the outside, to the blow of grass, which you should be doing. You should be beating the harvester. You should be waiting for the harvester to get to the blow of grass before you, and if you're not, you're doing it fucking wrong. If you were going up a hill, you were revved out to the last, and you didn't have it was kind of missing half a gear, and I'm not doing a great job of explaining it, but it kind of was missing half a gear. Alright guys, look at this topper. This is my line. This is for me. A set of ramps, mast for the back of your tractor, mast for the forklift. There's two of them there. Oh, I like this actually. See the shear grab. You can split it in two. I wonder, is she piped that way or what way is she? She seems to be. Oh, there's no valve. No, okay, she's just done that way. Okay. Cabs. Oh. Saw bench. Off the back of a tractor. Lads, no, that's an interesting piece of kit, isn't it? Highly dangerous piece of kit, but very interesting. Driven off the back of the tractor. Loaders, Tenco loaders, Massey Ferguson 590 bonnets. We're only talking about 590s while the other video I'd say it was. Front axles, Massey Ferguson 565 bonnets, manure spreaders, plows, manure spreaders, more shear grabs for the back of your tractor. What are you? KRO Krone, a nice Krone plow, 3-board plow. Loader brackets, buckets, rotavator, more buckets, McHale. What are you? I don't know what you are. Back ends. The cover off the, is it the cover off the back of a Jeep? I'd say it probably is. More loaders, loader brackets, Abbey toppers, wooflers, tar barrels, cheap shear grabs, another loader, cabs, an Abbey topper, digger buckets, fertilizer spreaders, double wheels, tracks, the head of a hedge cutter. Oh, look at this. Push off buck rake. Anyone for a push off buck rake? Small sprayers, wheels. Oh, two for a Ferguson plow. Anyone? Buckets, Fleming Fertilizers Brothers. Okay, let's go here. This is the shed. They're doing a bit of work inside here. We have a New Holland TM140. We have a New Holland T5 130. We have a New Holland T5 105. Diggers. Oh, lands above in heaven. Everything. We're on 30 minutes, so I'm going to go back down one of these lines here to, just maybe if you didn't see it, 365 T4, and like I said, lads, that's a handsome tractor, lads. Like I said, if you see anything here, anything you like, anything you kinda like, anything you might like, and you come up to see it, tell him you saw it here. And like I said in the other video, if you have a collection of tractors, maybe you have a garage, maybe you have a private collection and you'd like to tell a story, maybe you don't want to tell the story and you just might leave me in to video them. I don't have to tell the people where you are. We can just say I'm here in the west of Ireland, I'm here in the southwest, I'm here in Cork. Get in touch with me. Get in touch with me. Send me an email. I also have a Facebook page there. It's Machinery of Ireland. You can get in touch with me through that, through the messenger thing and that. There's lots of ways. Lads, look at this. 698. This is just a quick walkthrough. We have all these in the first video. We have all of these in the first video. That's a nice zetter. .565 down the bottom there, 575 feet agri. We're going to give one walk over. I'm going to walk over here and I'm going to, nice little plant trailer. That's why I was telling you about my little box that I left behind me and I shouldn't have. The top of it was damaged, badly damaged. Nice 135. I was looking at this earlier on in the other video. She's very original, isn't she? Just give her a light rubber steel wool. Okay, the mud guards in the back, they might have been changed at some stage. Or maybe they weren't. Maybe they possibly weren't. Maybe there was a cab on it. Some kind of a frame. And if you want to see handsome Massey Ferguson tractors, go down to, what's his name? Michael Ford. He's the farm in Granada. He's between Mallow and Blarney. He's a kind of an open farm. He's some collection of Massey Fergusons. Lads, look at all that. We're going to go across country here now. And I'm going to keep the camera turned this way, kind of away from the sun. And look what they also have here. Look at this. Look at that. A lineup of tyres. A lineup of second-hand tyres. If you want second-hand tyres for your tractor, they have every single tyre you could imagine here. They have grass tyres, they have tractor tyres, they have slurry tanker tyres, they have doubles even, look, with the spacers over. And the bike tell me here, they're open, they would, that's a some shade, lads. My God, if I had it I'd fill it. They have they're open to anything. They consider anything as a trade-in. 390. This is the other Landini 10,000. Yes, I don't know, lads. Be tormented. Lads, that's kind of it. We're up now in 33 or 34 minutes. Give a like, give a subscribe. Like I keep telling you, if you can, please, if you see anything here, anything you like, when you do get in contact with the boys here, whether it's Cahill Brogan or whether it's Pat and it's in Strokestown and County Roscommon, make certain and sure, please tell them you saw it here. Alright? And maybe you might know someone that might leave me into their yard, make a video, and yeah, and look me up on Facebook, Machinery of Ireland. Alright? Cheers guys, thank you, bye now.